Hey, wrestling fans. Welcome to a very special Christmas Day episode of 360 Wrestling Podcast. And thank you for tuning in on this Christmas Day. And if you're watching on the YouTube stream, got the light up Christmas Stone Cold sweatshirt, whatever you want to call it. And Merry Christmas to everybody, or whichever holiday you celebrate. And thanks for tuning in right here on the holiday episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. And first off, I just want to talk about a couple things since I haven't done any episodes this week. I want to talk about a little bit, do a quick recap of a couple pay-per-views that took place last weekend. WWE TLC and Ring of Honor's Final Battle pay-per-views. So since it's a little late now, but gonna talk about them real quick. Just do a quick recap. But better late than never, I guess you could say. So let's get into it. Let's start off last Friday night. Ring of Honor's Final Battle, which was on pay-per-view. And I thought it was a pretty good show, in my opinion. Kicking things off, we have for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. And as soon as, if my notes would open up, okay, the World Tag Team Championships on the line, we have Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham successfully defending against PCO and Mark Briscoe at 12 minutes 54 seconds for this one. And then we have Ray O'Horace defeating Dalton Castle at 9 minutes 14 seconds. Bennett. And look, the stream froze up. I don't know if it actually did or not, but it looked like it. And Bennett pins Bateman 16 minutes 19 seconds. And then after the match, Vincent and Bateman attack Taven and Bennett once again. So it looks like that feud is continuing. And then Danhausen defeated Brian Johnson via disqualification at 8:44. And then the ROH Television Championship is on the line as Dragon Lee successfully retains against Tony Deppen. Shane Taylor defeated Jay Briscoe 13 minutes 49 seconds in a pretty good match. The Pure Championship is on the line. Flip Gordon retaining against Jonathan Gresham at 24 minutes 37 seconds. And then in the main event, Brody King defeated Roosh to retain at 17 minutes. So pretty good main event. That was Ring of Honor's Final Battle from last week. Pretty solid show. If you missed it, I definitely recommend you check it out either on Honor Club or Fight TV or your pay-per-view provider. And now, last Sunday night, TLC. We kick off with the WWE Championship TLC match. AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre, which ended up turning into a triple threat match as The Miz cashes in the Money in the Bank briefcase. But it is Drew McIntyre retaining in this one. Definitely not a bad match at all. I would have liked to have seen the title put on AJ Styles once again, but still a good match here. SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. Carmella challenging Sasha Banks. Banks retains with a submission win. The Banks statement, 12 minutes, 37 seconds. The Raw Tag Team Championships are up next. The Hurt Business, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander defeat the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods when Alexander pins Kingston to win the Tag Team Championships. So the Hurt Business new Raw Tag Team Champions. The Women's Tag Team Championships are now on the line. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler taking on Asuka and was supposed to be Dana Brooke as her tag team partner. But of course, Dana was taken out on Raw. But Asuka had to find a new tag team partner to replace Dana Brooke. And it was none other than the returning queen, Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte pins Baszler at 9 minutes 59 seconds. And we have new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Asuka and Charlotte Flair. The Universal Championship is on the line next in another TLC match, our second TLC match of the night. Roman Reigns taking on Kevin Owens. Very good match here, in my opinion. In my opinion, match of the night. And this one is we see interference from Jey Uso. Owens ends up burying him under the announce table. But it is Roman Reigns retaining his Universal Championship in this one. 24 minutes, 46 seconds. And I think I said main event, but, well, there is one more thing, but my pick of match of the night, Reigns retains. And now it's time for the main event, which was pretty crazy. The Firefly Inferno match, Randy Orton and The Fiend Bray Wyatt. And I said pretty crazy to finish these. Well, this one was different other than all the other Inferno matches. The fire was outside and where normally the fans would be, but of course the Thunderdome, no fans there, so Fiend, his back catches fire, and then they go back in the ring. Orton hits an RKO on the Fiend while he's on fire. But I guess that's the end of the match. There's no bell or anything, and then Orton goes out, gets some matches, pours more gas on the Fiend, then sets him on fire. That was that. And that was taped earlier in the day. But that was TLC, and in my opinion, pretty good show. Main event wasn't too crazy about it, but the other matches on the show were very good. So overall, I'd have to say that I did enjoy the show, to be honest. Thought it was a good pay-per-view. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it. And now tonight got Friday Night SmackDown, the Christmas edition, which was taped last Tuesday. And got New Year's Smash coming up next week, AEW Dynamite. And so once again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whichever holiday you celebrate. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to have more episodes of this year, but who knows? Maybe I want to try to do a year in review episode. Maybe have that as a special Fanatic Unleashed. But we will have to see what happens there. And so thank you for tuning in once again, whether you're listening to the audio podcast or the live stream on YouTube right now. Like I said, hope to have more, maybe one or two more episodes in 2020, if not more, maybe, who knows. And also, 2021, I've been talking about it for a little bit. Another new podcast coming soon. Might do that in the beginning of the year. Still kind of thinking about what it's going to be, and maybe hope to have some guests in the next year. So if you're a wrestler or a promoter, or if you just want to be a guest and talk wrestling, you can come on 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Just let me know. 360 Wrestling Podcast at gmail.com if you're interested. The email is also in the description here on YouTube, or leave a comment here on YouTube or on any of the podcatchers, whichever one you're listening to on. And that is about it for this episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, 360 Wrestling Fanatic Unleashed, the newest episode where I talk about the new Pro Wrestling Illustrated, the Tag Team 50 right there. That's available. Also available in the archives, the female or women's 100. Talked about that on an episode of Fanatic Unleashed. So check that out in case you have missed it for some reason. Thanks for tuning in the whole year. I know I took some time off during the year, but then came back. So hopefully we'll be back more in 2021, a lot more. And thank you for once again for supporting the podcast. Until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.